Excuse me, Miss Thorne. Oh,
Yes?
I'm so sorry to stop you and interrupt you, but I forgot to say that I prefer she, her. Is that even important when it's just two people talking? I mean, is it even okay for a gendered person to say that?
I think that was the idea, but honestly, I never got the memo.
Huh? Well, I just wanted to ask you if I could ask you a few questions.
An interview? Did you just hear my talk?
Oh, yes, and I loved it. All of it. The part about, being honest with yourself so that you can be honest with others, about being honestly curious so that you're not always automatically judging, how being open to people makes it able to be honest, like, open with people.
Ooh, I'm quite the philosopher.
Yes, but, please, it's not an interview. It's just a couple questions for my podcast.
You're a journalist?
Yes.
Just starting?
Oh, gosh, it shows, doesn't it?
To tell the truth, trans activist or not, I really don't like to do interviews.
Oh.
But conversations, ooh, I do love conversations. How about if we don't do an interview, but we do have a conversation?
So I can record?
If I can sit down. Over here?
Oh, yeah.
Did you record my talk? It's okay if you did. I just wanted to know if you were planning on cutting our conversation into, so it sounds like I'm doing commentary on my own presentation. A conversation should be just as much about you as it is about me. Just remember, no matter how you edit your podcast or your blog or whatever, and how much it seems to be about me, it's really your voice, your cuts, and your tape. So it's really all about you.
Well, I want to make sure that I have all the facts right. Like the very first time you were away from home was in Chicago in the 1968 back.
Chicago, 1968.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was just 16. Honestly, I'd been a couple years before. I'd gone to Boy Scout camp. Does that count?
Count for what?
For being alone. It was very much on my own there. Chicago cops wielding nightsticks have nothing on 14-year-old boys for cruelty. And you?
Me what?
When were you first alone?
I haven't really thought about that. Oh, college, yeah, college maybe.
What, for an afternoon? In college you meet people all the time, maybe even picking out new friends the first day as you get meal mates at the dorm. And they have other people making sure that you mix in, if they can. So besides college...
I've been alone.
Oh, I'm sure. Rainy days and Mondays, depressed and lonely weekends, breakups, April being the cruelest month, and showing up any time it pleases. The thing is...
I've been alone a couple times. I mean, when I've been, looking for something, but I don't know.
The thing is that, I want to know when the first time was when you were alone, were in someplace absolutely new, where you didn't know anyone or anything about you, around you, where you didn't know who or what you were waiting for, where maybe you were waiting for yourself.
I don't even know how to answer that question. You're making my rainy day brain hurt. Do you do this for fun?
Ooh, you have a sense of humor. That's good.
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
Why don't we have some coffee?
Coffee? From where?
Right here.
Do you have coffee just in your purse for strangers?
For strangers? I don't know any strangers. Honestly, how could I?
Huh?
Honestly, I just have you often have a second one along, and just in case I forget the first one, finish the first one. You get the fresh one, the one without the lipstick on it.
Yes, thank you. I'm confused.
I know, you seem to start that way.
We're sitting here having coffee, we're talking. Why?
You wanted to do an interview, and instead we're having a conversation. It may be an awkward one for you, but I'm having a good time. No, not at your expense. It's just that up until now, I haven't had to talk about anything I said in there. No trans matters. Huh. Sometimes I feel like a physicist explaining antimatter, dark matter, trans matter, quarks. Maybe this is when you should have your phone on without being on. Honestly, sometimes I feel I am talking physics or maybe metaphysics, but everybody's in there for a law school class, or worse, neuroanatomy, surgeries, hormones, genetics, differentiations in the hippocampus, a bit of social norms, a bite of psych. Is that what you're after?
Why do I feel like I shouldn't answer that question? But we can talk metaphysics if you want to.
Oh, good. I was just having fun with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the impression that you're most serious when you're having fun.
Ooh, look at you. I knew there was a reason to talk to you.
You don't talk to just everyone?
Of course not. Just like any born woman, I have a superpower. I can be invisible. The invisible hand that puts food in front of men at the table, the invisible magic that gets the dishes done all by themselves. And sometimes I just make myself invisible if I don't want to deal with someone. Putting on my shell of privacy, being unseeing so I will not be seen.
That's really weird. See, I've had this thought and I don't think anybody else has had it.
I'm listening.
Okay, I'll keep it simple. So, when a woman says, usually about another woman, that it was like someone's looking right through her, it's like she wasn't even there. But when a man says someone was looking right through him, it's like they knew exactly what he wanted out of something and they could see exactly what he was up to.
So women become even more invisible, and men have their secrets revealed. Ooh, I like that thought. Can I write that down and you can sign it?
Sign it?
In case I ever use it for a talk, I would like to be able to give you credit.
Oh, sure.
And what is your name?
My name? It's Mimi.
Mimi, I'm Allison. Allison to my friends, so you can call me Allison.
Oh, and my friends call me Mimi, so you
Oh,
can
good, because we're
also-
going to put some more me into Mimi.
Why do you keep saying things like that? I think my issue is there's already too much me in Mimi. So.
That's the trick. You don't want to be self-centered, but you do want to center yourself. That's what it's all about, trans or not. And honest curiosity. And I would say that you are curious by nature. And you know this so well about yourself that you actually want a license to be curious, a permit. That's what asking me for an interview was about.
Permission to be myself?
Yes, and that's what everyone is looking for. Not just me and not just you.
See, that's not fair. That's easy for you to say.
Oh, it's easy for me because I'm well known and that's all that matters? Being well known wasn't a plan at all. That just happened by accident. Though my friends may say otherwise. The thing is, I had no plan. I was just being curious and seeing what would happen. I was just tending to my own garden. I mean, I could have just turned to you, answered a few questions, and sent you on your way. But instead, you and I are having this conversation. You are talking about things you have never planned to talk about, and I didn't plan to be here at all. So the question is, you want strawberry or raspberry?
You have 2 brioche in your bag just waiting?
Yes, curious. Not that I could, not that I'll try to explain that. Not that I actually could.
So you keep surprising even yourself.
Yes, that's what it's all about. That's what I was saying in there.
You were saying that everyone is in transition, but yours just happens to be more visible?
Seems visible. This gesture, my finger flicking out like that, you only know me the now, so you think I was always like this, so no wonder I transitioned. But for most of my life, like when I was helping out with the new playground for my daughter's school, I was the, hammer and rebar guy.
Oh, wow.
You would never have known, and in a real way, I didn't know myself. But once I started to be myself, once I started to inhabit myself, I was talking to someone, just having a conversation, and all of a sudden, without me thinking about it, my hand went out like this. And I just stopped what I was saying, looked over, and said, "How the big foxtrotting F did you get over there?"
Really?
Really, I didn't say foxtrot. So, this is the question now. Now that we're sitting here, ready for your interview, just what the big foxtrotting F are you going to do now?
An interview? Oh, this question, I didn't mean it for me to come out that way. My interview? Oh, still a question. Me. Just gonna turn around. My interview with Miss Allison Thorne.
Turn your phone on, Mimi. Start recording.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but I just, I have to collect myself and just, if I have a minute to do that, is that okay?
Ooh, very much so. Very much indeed. And when you're ready, here, have a bite. You'll love it.